if you read this label, it says it's made in Joliet, Illinois. So you could contact them directly in order to locate this cheese. But this is the secret ingredient that's going to make your lasagna stand out from everybody else's that you've ever tasted. Now yesterday I went to the Italian store and I bought fresh Ricotta cheese, okay? You have to use fresh. You can't go to Jewel's and Dominic's and buy that carton stuff. It's low fat, little skim. It's not good to make lasagna, let's put it that way. So when I brought the Ricotta home, I put it in a colander with a bowl underneath it, and I mixed it up really good, and I let it sit for 24 hours. Why? Look at the liquid. This is exactly what will make your lasagna fall, and it won't stand real high and firm. So now we're going to add the ingredients together. So throw in 2 eggs, half of your Scamorza, half of your mozzarella, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 cup of parsley flakes, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and in this recipe I don't want you to add salt because the cheeses themselves will be salty enough. Let's combine them. So I threw in half of each of the cheeses and I mixed it up. In the meantime, throw a pot of boiling water on the stove so you can cook some lasagna noodles. Now here's something that's really hard to get a feel for. I mixed this up basically by hand. I put on a plastic glove and I mixed it up. And I could tell it was a little on the dry side, so I added a 1/3 egg. And if you want to make a 4-inch pan of lasagna versus today's recipe, which is a 2-inch pan, then you would add an extra pound of Ricotta cheese. So remember that. Okay, so now we can put our recipe together. So you take your pan, like I said, I'm using a 9 by 13 by 2 because somebody didn't bring back my 4-inch pan. Reminder. And the first thing you do is you put sauce on the bottom of your plexiglass pan or aluminum, whichever you're going to use, so the noodles don't stick. So now I added the noodles to the pan, and now I'm going to put another layer of sauce. Now I'm going to throw in all the contents of my Ricotta cheese and seasoning. And here's a quick tip for you. First, build up the ends with the Ricotta cheese and then work your way out and just put it in gently. Don't press it down until you get all the ingredients in first. Then you can level it out. Now I'm going to pack it in and level it out. So this is what it looks like once you pack it down. I start in the middle and then I work it out towards the edges and I even it across the pan, and then I take my spoon and I run it along the edges and I bevel down the ingredients and push it more towards the middle so it doesn't spill over in your oven. So I like to overlap my noodles, so I use 7 noodles on each layer. Obviously, if you're going to have a 4-inch pan, you're going to add another 7 noodles. Put aluminum foil on it, and I'm going to bake it in the 400-degree oven. And that's how it looks when it comes out of the oven. So what I like to do is I like to let it cool off. I cover it, I throw it in the refrigerator for a whole day, and then I piece it all out. I put each individual piece in its own container with some sauce and a meatball, and I freeze it up. Or you could just reheat each piece and serve it.